This about to be part 2, because I wasn't done. And I was distracted because my neighbor wanted to come over here and start talking. Anyway, little old lady. Back at the ranch. Y'all keep talking this Jesus shit, right? Y'all getting on my motherfucking nerves with that bullshit. Because all the fuck you got is a fucking piece of paper with some shit wrote in it that somebody put in it talking about here's the proof. Man, if y'all asses don't snap out of this dumb shit, look. All the evidence our ancestors left behind in these caves. Ain't nobody carved no pictures of Jesus. Ain't nobody carved no events or none of this miraculous shit that took place during those times. But they got pictures and motherfucking stories they've told carved in these caves of all kind of shit. Except that. All the evidence. Now one person in history, in the history of humanitydom, yeah, I just made up a word, in the history of humanitydom, have ever came forward and said they was related to none of these motherfuckers in the Bible y'all keep thinking really existed. Where in the fuck is Jesus' cousins at? Oh, okay, well his daddy was God. Okay, well his mama wasn't. Y'all claim his mama was real. Where's her motherfucking people? Ain't she where her family at? Was she adopted? What? Somebody say it. Somebody tell me something. What about all the disciples? Ain't nobody on the fucking planet ever and thousands of years ever came forward and said, that was my cousin. That was our great-grandfather. That was our great-grandmother. Don't you think if these motherfuckers can trace Pocahontas, all the cartoons made about Pocahontas. I don't know if it is a movie about Pocahontas. If it is, I ain't never seen one. But you won't heard stories about the shit. Okay? But it's people who said they could trace their lineage all the way back to Pocahontas. Why the fuck can't nobody trace their roots back to Mary? Why the fuck can't nobody trace their roots back to Joseph? Why the fuck can't nobody trace their roots back to Jesus? Paul, Luke, James, Mark, David, Solomon. Why the fuck can't nobody trace their roots back to none of these motherfuckers? All the people that came after the flood. Why can't nobody trace none of their roots back to Rachel? All these motherfucking biblical characters, can't nobody on this planet open their mouth and no records ever been found saying that they was related to none of these motherfuckers. No monumental, historical, nothing. No antiquarian, nothing. Just a bunch of made up bullshit ass scripts put together that somebody wrote down and put in a fucking book and said, this God's from God. Do you know who the fuck your God is? The motherfucker who wrote your Bible. Because that's who you're worshiping. And they giving your ass a mythical sun god. And your ass is too motherfucking stubborn. And stuck on stupid and parked on dumb. To sit your motherfucking beliefs down and bring your goddamn brain to the table. Now, let's talk about evidence. All this shit we got about our ancestors. All the horrific shit they done been through. You got all these movies. Selma. Django. Burning Mississippi. Martin Luther King. Malcolm X. Ooh, must God continue. I mean, we have a shitload of motherfucking references to go to. You want to talk about movies about slavery and the shit that happened to our people, or because they wanted to be free. The shit that they went through. Because somebody else came and confiscated their motherfucking freedom from them. Stole their greatness, everything about them. Even in the Bible, it tells you that Egypt was the smartest motherfuckers on earth. But they won't tell you them Egyptians was black like your ass. They won't tell you that them Jews was really the jewels, the jewelry, that you the jewelry of the motherfucking earth. They won't tell you that Israel is nothing but a fucking acronym talking about the myths of the gods back then that they stole and turned into Christianity. Isis is Ra, the sun god, Ra. El, Elohim, El, Israel, motherfucker, Israel. That's all Israel is. The motherfuckers over there in the land of Israel, them ain't no motherfucking Israelites. You are an Israelite as it concerns of what it really means. You are a Jew as it concerns what it really means. What you're not is a fucking Hebrew slave. I ain't gonna even get into that right now. But again, y'all getting on my nerves with this bullshit. Keep talking about Jesus died. That motherfucker don't even exist, you son of... Chop. The motherfucker ain't real. The motherfucker ain't real. I don't give a fuck how mad you get. The motherfucker ain't real. He don't exist. It's a sun god, a mythical sun god, a plagiarized myth of your fucking ancestors. Why you think they had to beat this shit into them? You think our people just came, oh, Jesus, they ain't know who the fuck no motherfucking Jesus was. Then they come shoving this white man on a motherfucking Italian, Spanish motherfucker down his throat. Our people's fucking throat. And y'all walk around with these crosses on y'all neck with this motherfucker all up in y'all houses. Talking about Jesus saves. Y'all ass stupid.